Hey everyone. Before you criticize someone, you should walk a mile in their shoes. And that way, when you criticize them, you'll be a mile away and you'll have their shoes. Welcome to Out of the Fishbowl. My name is BrettFish Anderson, and that was a quote by Jack Handey. And if you don't know who Jack Handey is yet, well, hold on, because we're going to take you there in an episode that I call Deep Comedic Thoughts by BrettFish about Jack Handey. So regular Out of the Fishbowl listeners may know that I take things really seriously. What you might not know is one of the things I take super seriously is my sense of humor and comedy. And one of the people that really helped shape things for me was Jack Handey, who first came out by doing these one-liners or short jokes on SNL, Saturday Night Live in America, and then created books, and you can find his words all over the place. And I've been responsible over the years for introducing a lot of people to Jack Handey. And one of the most exciting things that came out of my relationship with Amanda is that we figured out that indirectly I had introduced Jack Handey to Helene had introduced it to Amanda, and so indirectly I introduced my future wife to Jack Handey, and you can't write better stories than that. And so I thought the world needs more Jack Handey. The world is in chaos, it's imploding, we've got all these serious topics we're talking about, but it's good to have some humor. So I thought, let me drop a top 10 list of Jack Handey. But then, as you go through Jack Handey, I've probably got 5 or 6 kind of coffee table books of him. To pick 10 is going to be really difficult, so I'm going to suggest that there may be a second part to this at some stage. But I thought, let's start somewhere. So I've picked out 10 Jack Handey quotes to share with you today, but I thought 10 isn't really enough. So let me start off by sharing some of the one-liners, some of the quotes that I remember being my earliest connection with Jack Handey. And one of my favorite things about comedy, I've been doing improv comedy for over 25 years. One of my absolute favorite comedic things is misdirection. And so misdirection is when I appear or somebody appears to be sending you in one direction and then instead they send you in another direction. Exactly, just like that. And Jack Handey does misdirection so amazingly. I think I learned a lot of it from him and incorporate that in my improv all the time. So these are some of the earliest Jack Handeys that I remember. And I think that before you criticize someone that I started the episode with, I think that was my introduction to Jack Handey. And here are a couple of the others that I remember from early on. Consider the daffodil. And while you're doing that, I'll be over here looking through your stuff. Also with Jack Handey, sometimes it is just the randomness of it that for some reason works. I love misdirection, I love random humor, Monty Python, IT Crowd, all of those kind of things. Black books. And so you're going to be hearing a lot of that coming through. And it might not be for everyone. And what's amazing about Jack Handey is that different people like different Jack Handey quotes. And so nobody has the same favorite. We all like different ones. And so maybe today you will discover a favorite in these. Or maybe you'll go head onto the internet and discover that I didn't pick some of your favorites as my top 10. Another early one for me, which I love, is this one that says, "The crows seem to be calling his name, thought caw." And then another thing about Jack Handey is that it can get a little dark at times, and I think that's what I love about it as well, the misdirection, the freedom to go into kind of dark spaces in comedy, and some of these next ones are like that. Again, these are just the early introductions to Jack Handey, the ones that pulled me in. This is not the top 10 list. Laurie got offended that I used the word puke, but to me, that's what her dinner tasted like. And then this next one is one of the darkest, and it definitely is one of my earliest memories of Jack Handey. And I think it's so dark and morbid, but it's absolutely classic. And it goes like this. "It's sad that a family can be torn apart by something as simple as a pack of wild dogs." And then if we head into random territory, 2 more of my introductions, and the second one is one, I mean, a lot of these are my absolute favorites. That's the thing with Jack Handey. You just have so many favorites. But this is one of them. And this is a little bit longer than a one line. "I remember how the other kids used to say that old Mr. Swenson was the meanest man in town. But I said, I thought he was nice, that he just didn't know how to show it. The meanest man in town, I said, was the mean old guy who lived in the big white house. That's Mr. Swenson, they said. Oh, my mistake." And then I guess of all my uncles, I liked Uncle Caveman the best. We called him Uncle Caveman because he lived in a cave and because sometimes he'd eat one of us. Later on, we found out he was a bear. So those are some of the early Jack Handeys that pulled me in, and if you're still listening, then I hope you're going to enjoy these in no particular order from 10 to 1. Number 10. One day, one of my little nephews came up to me and asked me if the equator was a real line that went around the earth or just an imaginary one. I had to laugh and laugh, because I didn't know, and I thought that maybe by laughing he would forget what he asked me. Number 9. Why do the caterpillar and the ant have to be enemies? One eats leaves and the other eats caterpillars. Oh, I see now. Number 8. I bet the main reason the police keep people away from a plane crash is they don't want anybody walking in and lying down in the crash stuff, and then when somebody comes up, act like they just woke up and go, "What was that?" Number 7. I think a good gift for the president would be a chocolate revolver, and since he's so busy, you'd probably have to run up to him and hand it to him. Number 6. Instead of a trap door, what about a trap window? The guy looks out of it, and if he leans too far, he falls out. Oh wait, I guess that's like a regular window. Number 5. Dad always thought laughter was the best medicine, which I guess is why several of us died of tuberculosis. Number 4. Sometimes I think I'd be better off dead. Oh no, wait, not me. You. Number 3. I remember when I was in the army, we had the toughest drill sergeant in the world. He'd get right up next to your face and yell, and if you didn't have the right answers, mister, you'd be peeling potatoes or changing the latrine. Hey, wait, I wasn't in the army. Who was that guy? Number 2. Somebody told me it was frightening how much topsoil we're losing each year, but I told that story around the campfire and nobody got scared. And number 1, and this is, even if not my all-time favorite, this is one of my absolute favorite Jack Handeys. Maybe in order to understand mankind, we have to look at the word itself, mankind. Basically, it's made up of 2 separate words, mank and eind. What do these words mean? It's a mystery, and that's why so is mankind. And then one theme that Jack Handey has that keeps on appearing over and over again is clowns, and I love all of the Jack Handey clown thoughts, and so I thought I can't leave you without 3 Jack Handey bonus clown thoughts. To me, clowns aren't funny. In fact, they're kind of scary. I've wondered where this started, and I think it goes back to the time I went to a circus and a clown killed my dad. You know what would make a good story? Something about a clown who makes people happy, but inside he's real sad. Also, he has severe diarrhea. I remember how in college I got that part-time job as a circus clown, and how the children would laugh and laugh at me. I vowed then and there that I would get my revenge. And so there you have it, and I've got at least another 10 more I want to share with you, and that's before I've even dived into my books. And so, which of those was your favorites? Maybe you can share in the comments. Which of those jumped out at you? And if you've got another favorite, then maybe you can share that. And I thought I'd leave you with one to send you on your way. Whenever someone asks me to define love, I usually think for a minute. Then I spin around and pin the guy's arm behind his back. Now who's asking the questions? Thanks for listening to another episode of Out of the Fishbowl. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I have a strange suspicion that we might be seeing a second part to Deep Comedic Thoughts by BrettFish about Jack Handey.